There's not many cup finals where both sides are left scratching their heads over who's actually won. But with today's announcement of a split-site museum, the trustees tried to convince the crowd that there are enough treasures for 2 home grounds.
What to remember, quite a bit of our exhibits are out there travelling around the world, travelling around England. So all the, and we've got 30,000 exhibits and only a few are out here in front.
Nevertheless, Manchester will see this as a victory. The council's already said it will foot the transfer bill, expected to top £8 million, with the promise that the number of visitors will be quadrupled to 400,000 a year, with the hope that the museum will eventually be financially self-sufficient. Public support for the museum has always been much stronger here in Preston. Around 13,000 people have signed online petitions to keep the museum here, and so surely any change at all represents a loss for Prestonians.
As I said, the people of Preston, Lancashire and in fact the country have been let down by the decision of the trustees. Today we put together a package which made it viable for this museum to remain here in Preston where it belonged and where it was set off.
Viable, yes, but more successful in Manchester maybe.
What success? Is success just about numbers coming through the door, or is success about where you actually have a national treasure? And does Manchester have to steal all the treasures from all over the country?
Preston City Council has long been convinced that this hasn't been a level playing field at all, and that the trustees, along with museum director Kevin Moore, made their minds up a long time ago that the future of the museum was in Manchester. Do you think this decision was made a long time ago?
I think this decision was definitely made quite a few months ago, and I think that Paul knows my views of the way that both himself and Kevin have tried to engineer this to go to Manchester.
Obviously I take exception to that because, it's very difficult for me to, with a board of trustees, 12 of very professional people, for me to engineer them. At the end of the day, they've made the decision, a collective decision. So to say that Kevin and I have engineered, I find that, quite inappropriate.
So the aim of the trustees may have been to make both sides winners with a share of the spoils, but with questions remaining over how the collections will be divided and where all the funding will come from, many will see this as something of a rather disappointing draw. Nina Warhurst, Channel M Today.